Hi, it's Elena of Financial Demics, where I give you the tips and tools to manage your money, increase your savings and your income, and decrease your debt. And today we are giving a little student loan interest update. Okay, so I did a video back in August talking about how the president extended the no interest, no payment on the student loans through December 21st, 2020. I wanted to talk about that a little bit because January 1st, 2021 is very close. And at that point in time, student loan payments will resume, and so will the interest on your student loans. I don't know about you, but I did receive a notice about my student loans saying that payments were about to start back up. So I really wanted to give you some tips of what you should do to prepare for these payments to start. First things first, we do know that we're still in this current situation, and so we do have some time. So maybe the current president will extend um, that executive order, but we don't know as of yet if he will extend it. And so, since you don't know, it's important to prepare just in case it's not extended. And even if he doesn't extend it and the new president coming in actually implements it, remember there's a gap in time there between January 1st and the actual inauguration. And so it's important for you to be prepared, because I don't know about you, but I definitely know that my first payment in January will run before inauguration. And granted, it's not something that I am, worried about, but others will run before inauguration. So I don't want you to be caught off guard. So here are a few things that you should be doing in this next month to prepare for that payment. And just to note, this is strictly for federal student loans, not private loans. So the first thing that you should be doing is evaluate your current situation. Some people have been able to keep their jobs, thankfully, and so they are still receiving income at this time. And then some people have lost jobs and then were able to get new jobs. So that's also great if that fits for you. And if so, then hopefully you're still in the position to make that payment that you have. Now, if you have had a reduction in income, this is not the time to run from your student loan servicer. This is the time to call them. Like, hey friend, what's going on? Let's talk about this student loan that's gonna go back into repayment. If you are a person who has had a reduction in income, contact your servicer. If you're not already on an income-based repayment plan, then you need to talk to them about getting on an income-based repayment plan. One, because if you had a reduction in income, then that should be able to lower your payment for you. Even if you're already on an income-based repayment plan, you had a reduction of income, it should lower your payment. But also, if you don't have any income, then you shouldn't have a payment. And so you'll still get credit, but you just won't have a payment, right? And so don't avoid it and let it go into default and things like that. Go ahead, contact them, handle that early. I would say it's also a good time to prep for your new payment. So, I'm all about being a month ahead on your bills. So for December, you don't necessarily have to send them the payment, but you can go ahead and have that payment set to the side, put that in your savings. And so in January, when you make that payment is already from December. You'll just take that money you set to the side and use that as your payment. And then January, you'll be saving for February's payment. And that'll help you get a little ahead on your payment. It also create a buffer if you don't have one already. At least that's one thing that you won't necessarily have to worry about. Another thing I think is a good idea to do is to go back and look at how much interest you're being charged on your student loans a month. Now, granted, we haven't had any interest being charged on these federal student loans since the middle of March, but you can go back and look at February and see what those numbers are, just so you can have a good idea. Because as I mentioned in my last video, student loan interest compounds daily. So you just want to get an idea how much is being charged and see if it's even possible for you to kind of offset that interest if you're in a position to do so. Now, granted, if you have other debts that you're trying to pay off, but we still trying to build up a decent savings, especially in the current environment, then shift that money towards your savings or whatever. But it's still good to know how much interest is being charged on that student loan. At the very least, if you're able to, you could at least every month pay your payment plus your interest. So that's the game plan if you are going to have student loan payments start back up on January 1st. Also, here's a note. I think it's going to be rough for these student loan servicers to just turn payments back on for your student loans. So definitely take a look at what they're saying your payment's going to be. Make sure it is right because I have a feeling there's going to be some problems when this comes back, when everything turns back on. So make sure to protect yourself and make sure your numbers look right. I personally think that hopefully it'll be extended because there are people out there who are not working, are still struggling, and so I don't think that they should have to go through that worry, but who knows at this point? It's something that we personally can't control. So let me know in the comments below, how long do you think that we should go without having no payments and no interest on these federal student loans? Is it, until everything is over for maybe 6 more months, until the economy recovers? I know somebody's probably going to say forever, but let me know your thoughts. If you're still here and you enjoyed this video, make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe so you can get more of my updates and money tips. And I will see you next week with an all new video.